Alright guys, so welcome back to the channel, another educational content right here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to combine price action and SMC together to milk the market. And as you can see, I've been doing this with GBP USD and I've been catching the trade, the move, everything that is doing. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this with price action and SMC. By the way, I am doing a video that is a series video, episode video about trying to get funded from $0 to $1 million in profit. We are starting. Signals are sent to Telegram, and we are now at I think 5K profit challenge. We're trying to pass and see whether we can scale up from there. All right. So how do you combine ICT or SMC with price action to trade with and increase your win rate? Okay. I see a lot of people hoping from one strategy to another, that is price action, hoping to SMC. Look, it is the same. You just have to understand the principle. If you understand price action, go with it, because if you go technically into price action, you realize that ICT is taken from price action, SMC is taken from price action. So if you're trading price action, you have to stick to it. The reason why I'm saying the same is, look, you can see this area here, price is creating up, moving up right here. Okay, and you can see price created a double top right here, double top, a double top. You can see right here you have a double top and that place, and after price created a double top, what happened? We have price push down, change character at this place. We have a change of character down below here. Okay, and what happened? We saw price push up to the immediate key level around this place, that is the immediate key zone around this place. And what happened? We saw a push to the we saw coming, and what happened? We saw a push from here to the downside. You can see price drop from here. Okay, so now if you dive deep into price action, you realize that ICT is taken from it. That is, if you dive deep into ICT or SMC, you realize that everything is taken from price action. All right, so if you want to trade price action and ICT together, you first need to put down the price action terminology, that is the trend line, moving average, everything. Now you can see GBP USD is bullish. You can see what it's doing, trending upwards. All right, now we are having higher highs and higher low. You can see, let me show you something. We have GBP USD creating this higher low here. We have a higher high, price push down here, higher low, push up, higher high, push down, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and you can see it's going in that order. All right, so now you can, the way price is moving is the way you need to trade it. Anytime we say higher high created, ICT people will tell you is a break of structure. All right, price action people will tell you price has break this high here, it's going to create another high. This is it. Okay, so if price breaks a high, it goes and creates another high. All right, and ICT people will tell you that it's actually a break of structure. All right, and that is what is happening right there. And if a break of structure happens, price will obviously push to the downside and then continue to the move that is trying to go. All right, and anytime price creates a high, push up, create equal high, and you can see it created equal high right here. That is equal high right here. That means price is likely to drop to the downside to gather energy. And what happened? We have a change of character around here. Price, you can see price push down, change character, push up to the other block around this place, and that's the other block around this region. And what happened? Price push to the downside from there. So basically, price action and SMC, ICT, they are the same. ICT, price action, ICT is taken from price action. Remember that. And you can see, how did I call this tree right here? So we had a break of structure around this place. We have a break of structure around this place, and change of character already happened around this area. Okay, so price was in a downtrend, basically from here to the downside. You can see. All right, so we have lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price push up a little, break of structure, price push down. And if break of structure happen, price needs to push up to the other block zone around there, or the immediate supply zone around there, for a trade entry, that is a sell trade entry. And you can see price push perfectly to that zone. You can see to that zone. And also there was a trend line, that is a trend line drop, trend line bounce, trend line bounce. You can see we have two types of trend line. We have trend line break and trend line bounce. You can see this is a trend line bounce. first bounce, second bounce, third bounce, and also on the other block zone, that was a trade entry confirmation. The last confirmation will be this candle confirmation right here. This is a bullish engulfing, and that will be your trade entry. That is why I took this sell right here. So you can see basically price action and SMC goes in the same direction, that is go hand in hand if you know how the market move. So the same thing happened here. We have price pushing to the downside right here, and what happened? Price change character in this zone. Look at what happened. We have a change of character around here. Okay, change of character around here. Okay, so if there's a change of character, that means that price is moving from a lower high, lower low to a higher high, higher low. Okay, so we're having, so this will be a break of structure. If this is a chain of character, this will be a break of structure. So we are having lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And if price change character, that means price wants to continue on the initial move, that is the bullish trend move. And the same thing happened, change of character happened. Price needs to come to the immediate key levels. So the key levels will be either order block or the fair value gap. Those are the zones you need to mark if change of character happens or break of structure happens. So now let's mark them. We have this place to be our order block. So you mark the high of this candle. You also mark the high of this candle. And that place becomes the fair value gap zone. And that is, you can see price comes into the zone, tap into the zone. And what happened? We saw a push from there to the upside. And that place also was a trend line. You can see there was actually a trend line around that zone. You can see there was actually a trend line bounce 1, trend line bounce 2. And also trend line was coming from here. So the first push started from here, push before price was able to retrace down, push, retrace to this zone again, push. All right, so this is actually a third touch on the trend line if you are dealing with trend lines or whatever. So you can see this is a trend line plus a fair value gap. That's a strong confirmation. And even when price was retracing down to the trend line, you can see was creating lower high and lower low to the downside. All right, so you can even take your buy, that is your first trade entry for your buy from here. That is this OB zone, that is an entry based on this OB zone, and this trend line right here. That is 2 confirmation. All right, so your first trade entry could be somewhere around here. Target this previous high right here. You need to always target the next key level. Target this previous high right here. You can see that's going to be your next key level. That is the level that price is actually trading to. So that's going to be your key level, right? So your entry, that is your TP, your long TP1 is going to be there. And as I was saying, that when price was even coming into the zone, what was happening? We were seeing a push to the downside. That is a lower. You can see lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And price change character also around here, push to the upside. That is change of character. So price needs to come down, all right, to these 2 places or these 3 places, either order block, a fair value gap, or a breaker block. Okay, so if you don't understand them, I have a video on them on my channel. Go check them out. So you can see this is actually a breaker block. Price push, break this breaker block around here. And this is last candle entry confirmation, a hammer. You can see we have this hammer candle right here. That will be your second entry around this place. Take this buy, put your stop loss below it, and you can target, that is the immediate key level also, or you can target 1:1, 1:2, 1:3. That is any reasonable target. You get it. So you can see trade still going in a direction. So now you can see price action SMC basically is the same. I don't know why people are hopping from strategy to strategy. It is the same thing. So we have a high. Once a high is created, you can see we have a low here. We have a higher low, a higher high right here, higher low. Price push up. You can see created a higher high around this place. Push down. You can see push up. And we call this trade right here also. What happened that we call this trade? And you can see when the pullback happened, we're expecting a push. Price test on the trend line. You get it? So we're expecting a massive push. And you can see this retracement right here happened. price change character here, because when price was retracing, it was creating lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character around here, and price needs to push down to these 3 key levels: order block, fair value gap, or breaker block. And what happened? We have the push to the downside on a breaker block. That is this breaker block around here. Okay, so that is order block, then breaker block. You can see, so the price came to tap on it, pushing to the outside. Another confirmation is gonna be this is actually like a triangle. Look, you can see this is something like a triangle. That is it a triangle? You can see something like a triangle. Drop and push to this area, drop, push to this break, retest, push. You can see like a triangle. All right, so if you're trading with price action, stick to it. If you're trading with SMC, stick to it. If you're trading with ICT, stick to it, because it is the same. It is the same. It is the same. It is the same. If you are technically into price action and ICT, you realize that it is the same. You just have to stick to it and know what is going on with it. And you need to stick to it. Stick to whatever you are trading with. If it's ICT, ICT. If it's price action, price action. All right, guys. So, real quick, this is just a quick one to let you know that you can combine price action and ICT together to trade, or you can trade each one of them. Now we have a break, retest, looking for entry to the downside. So this is actually basically a sell trade from here to the downside, and this is gonna be also an entry for a breaker block. So you can see this is a trend line break and retest downside, and we'll be expecting price to drop from here to the downside from Monday going. That is from Monday, tomorrow going. Today is Sunday evening. All right, and another entry based on ICT or SMC is going to be you can see we have this break structure right here. Okay, so we'll be expecting this place to be an order block zone. Most traders will be expecting this place to be another block zone. Take trade on this zone. You can see based on this, and they will extend this zone. So order block failed becomes a breaker block. All right, so price breaks order block. Let's go to a 30-minute time frame. So this is the block right here. Price break order block becomes a breaker block. You get it? So will be an entry right here for a sell to the downside. That was Friday, was NFP. That was where price pushed through the breaker block zone. So take the sell right here. Price, to the TP to the downside, somewhere around here. And you can see every principle is just the same. You get it? All the principles are the same. So that is how it is, guys. Subscribe to the channel, comment if you have any question, and I'll see you in my next video.